And look, that's it. We're live, D.
Oh, hey, how are you, Chris?
Well, I'm not going to say how are you. This is Charles Maund Toyota Car Buying. I've got my buddy Dave Walker here. He's been with us for how long now, Dave?
Almost 7 years this August.
7 years.
Yes, sir.
You know, we started about the same
We
time,
did,
huh?
about
I
2 weeks
started
apart.
August 1st,
And I was the ninth.
the 9th. Good for you,
Yeah.
man. Dave's been with us for a long time. We're real happy that he's here. But this is Car Buying with Charles Maund Toyota. My name is Chris Martinez. Dave Walker, he's one of our new car managers,
Yes, sir.
right? He's been with us for a long time, and he kept telling me, Chris, we need to talk about leasing. You know, I think the community out there, they're either afraid of it, they don't see the value in it, or they think it sounds too good to be true.
Absolutely.
Right. So what can you tell our audience out there about Charles Maund Toyota that, hey, you know what, leasing, this is what it is.
Leasing's amazing. I mean, it's only for top tier customers. You'll find that the most educated people in the world lease cars. Why do you want to buy a depreciating, asset? I mean, technology changes so much now to where they've made it so affordable for you to simply trade out every 3 or 4 years and to have no maintenance and some of the old school things that people have endured. And, that leasing dirty word that everyone thought with this balloon lease, I mean, that was 15 years ago, and we're still convincing the public.
And actually, part of it is back then, I mean, there was just some dishonest people, let's be honest, right?
Too.
There was some people that were giving you or selling the lease and not setting up the right amount of miles.
Yep.
Or two, putting in too long of a term and just weren't really setting up for you to come back.
Exactly.
Right? And we like to set our customers up and educate you so that long term we don't just sell you today. It's we continue to keep seeing you because one, we want your business in our service department, and then two, we just want you to keep sending us friends and family, right?
Absolutely.
That's how you got to maintain the amount of volume that we do. We got to have those repeat and referrals, and we got to treat everybody like family.
One customer at a time. Absolutely.
One customer at a time, right?
Yes, sir. That's how we do it. And
in reality, so the real catch really is you actually have to have like a 660 or better, right? Generally, you have to have a little bit better, higher credit score.
Definitely do.
There's a little bit more risk for the bank
Yes.
generally when they look at things like that, right?
That's
so,
very, very true.
but and generally there's really not. Some of the things that people are afraid of is scratches and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they'll say, hey, you know what? What if I, dirty my car or do something crazy? Well, Toyota allows you up to what, 3 inch scratch?
Yeah, it's basically the size of a credit card.
Credit card.
So I mean, something similar to this. I mean,
Okay.
that's a pretty decent sized scratch. I mean, I think anything beyond that.
And per panel,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Anything more than that they consider excessive, but then your insurance company's going to do that,
to
right?
backstop you there. I mean, so you're well protected, and we even sell services in the back that will overcome those for just a few dollars a month in payment, to where it's a no brainer. It's a sign and drive.
You know what I love about Dave? He's just so serious. He's so passionate about what he does.
Absolutely.
And I want you to just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax. Just be D. The D
Yeah.
everybody likes, right? But no, I know this can be a little bit nervous when you're put under these bright lights and stuff. But no, it's something we want to make sure everybody understands. Leasing, anybody can do it.
Absolutely.
Right? And what's the good thing? Well, there's a couple of good things, right? You can either, one, keep the car at the end of the lease, right? You can trade it.
Yeah.
Or you can just hand you the keys and just say I'm out, right?
And in a lot of cases with our Toyota customers, since the value stays so high, you can sell it if it's worth more than what they thought.
And that happens.
That happens a lot. I've had a few customers come in and they're like, this and that. And their needs
example,
change.
4Runner came in the other day. Customer would come check back for $2,000.
Yeah, exactly. So it
happens, right?
Yes.
It doesn't happen all the time, but
No.
if you set yourself up for a 12,000 mile lease and you only do 5,000 miles a year, then you're good,
Exactly.
right? If you come in and say you do a 15,000 mile lease and you do 1,000 over on miles, what happens then? So 1,000 times what, 15 cents?
Yeah. I mean,
So what's that? $150?
Yeah, and in most cases we have a way to get you out of that anyway, and we can excuse that.
And
just
a lot of
keep going.
times, so you can do 12,000, 15,000 miles a year, 18,000 miles a year, right?
Yeah.
And what's the benefit, right? So I'll put something right here that if just like the real basic example. So if it's a $20,000 car.
Yeah.
Toyota says that car is going to be worth, 12 grand in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And so all you're paying is on the difference, that 8 grand, right? And then so that 12 grand, that future guaranteed value, at the end of 3 years, you can, if you appraise it and it appraises for 13 grand, then you get $1,000 equity, right? Or you can apply that towards down payment, trade in, and right now there's no tax credits. Or there's tax credits,
Yes,
right? You don't have to pay taxes.
Very rare.
It's rare, right? On almost every model, right? I mean, it's pretty incredible. So,
it is incredible. I mean, there's some cars that just don't ever get that. And I think the beautiful thing about, the leasing that we also have here at Charles Maund is that, Toyota really recognizes their previous customers, and with the Encore programs and some of the things that we have, I mean, it just makes it easier and easier time and time after again, and our customers recognize that, and so it just becomes easier and easier. Above and beyond that, they'll even let you extend your lease. Most companies will not. And so in some cases you can do that, and so it just kind of, they custom tailor. They really focus on their customers here at Toyota Lexus. So.
They do, huh?
Yes, they do.
Well, let's just talk about Toyota right now.
I know, but it's Toyota Lexus.
I know, D, but we're Toyota, yes. So no, it's all good. Now, the goal is to educate consumers, right? And most leases aren't the same, because I've seen some other manufacturers' lease programs, and they got some. You have to trade it in at that specific dealer, right, to get the credit. You can't. So Toyota, you can trade it wherever. I mean, if you want to trade it in at a Ford dealership, for example, right, you could, right? So that's the beauty of it, right? It's a really no strings attached type deal, right? So
they cater to the customer.
It's a pretty. I mean, I personally, my minivan.
Me too.
My wife, of course, she wanted something a little bit, sportier, but we got a lot of kids. Or,
you have to adapt at some point.
You know what I mean? It's just like PJ and Jeremy, and Tim, right?
Yes.
I think at Charles Maund Toyota, you gotta have at least 6 kids, right? I only have 4, but they got 6 each, which is crazy. But that's our time today. Thank you guys. Again, this is Car Buying with Charles Maund Toyota. My name is Chris Martinez.
Dave Walker.
We're here to help you. Thank you, and until tomorrow.